why do you think that? What was your message like? Maybe Buff Nation and Buff alums who are
I don't
wondering
have a
why
message. I'm praying for my AD. I love him to life, Rick George. Let's get the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm going to just talk briefly and let it go. We talking about Shedeur. We ain't talking about nobody else. But his last name wasn't Sanders. We wouldn't have this discussion. The only reason we were having this discussion is his last name is Sanders.
I have no problem with what they did.
Okay, so Colorado is retiring Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders jerseys. People are upset just for the fact that no other Colorado legends have been honored beforehand.
Who fault is that?
The school's fault.
The coaches that was there coaching, that was their fault. But guess what? It was another reason why you didn't do it, because you had poor attendance. Why would I want my jersey to be retired when the school is considering a downhill? When was Colorado even relevant? Cordell Stewart. Him and Salim run the ball. That was what?
Isn't that Rocket Ishmael?
No, Rocket Ishmael was Irish.
Oh, okay.
So that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
What, late 90s?
Yeah.
Late 90s when he won the Heisman. So they has not been relevant in over 2 decades minimum. So if I'm Cordell Stewart, do I want my jersey retired when it's a half empty goddamn stadium? Nope. And then on top of that, if you don't ingratiate yourself with the program, you know what I'm saying, show up and make, you know what I'm saying, hey, you can talk, hey, yo, coach, what's up, coach? Coach Prime about, retire my jersey, drop a $500,000 to $1 million on the damn school, to their endowment for NIL. Because that's the new trend now. So all the schools, especially the small schools, if they just so happen to have a superstar get to the league, whether it's NBA, NFL, or hockey, they come back to they take the title of assistant GM or assistant athletic director of the school. Pretty much they donate some money and they bring in other boosters. They bring in their rich friends to come in and donate money to the school. That's all. So ingratiate yourself with the current Colorado team, and then Prime can probably like, hey, we can come out next year and retire your jersey. But I had no problem with it. They made the school relevant. They came in and did a quick ass turnaround that nobody haven't done in over 2 decades to make the school relevant. Their school is making money. All ends of the board, everybody's winning. So since these young men came in with Coach Prime to help the school transcend to where they at, I have no problem with it. And one of them is a Heisman Trophy winner, so definitely let them get it. And they both gonna be top 10 players. Why would you want the top 10 players jersey retired? Because that means when they get that check and they sign that name on it, guess who they gonna drop $1 million back at? Oh, Colorado. That's one of your goddamn boosters. Hello? Had no problem with it.
So you're saying this is in part due to the alumni not paying their dues to Colorado and coming back to the program?
Outside of that, they wasn't relevant. So now you giving alumni a reason to bring their ass back and open up their damn pocketbooks and donate money so we can bring in top tier players. Because as we see across the league in college, if you are a 4-star player, you got the wide receiver want to go to Syracuse. He asking for $2 million. The coach said, hell no, I ain't giving you no $2 million. Wish that was asinine for what he's saying, because if you want to win, goddamn, you gonna have to probably pay that $2 million for that 4-star receiver. Or we go that 4-star quarterback out of Tennessee. He wanted to renegotiate his contract and get $4 million. Now he done lost on that because he going back home on the West Coast where he's from, to UCLA, and I'm sure he gonna take a pay cut from where he was getting at Tennessee. So it's a big, we ain't gonna talk about how Carolina went to South Alabama, done got them a damn quarterback. What, 3 years, 4 year, $4 million and like that.
Yep.
So these kids are getting money. There's no regulations on it. So if their name, image, and likeness and their playing skills transcends them to go to this program to get them in the top 15 in the polls and a possible chance of getting that bowl, because now if you get in the playoff, especially if they're thinking about expanding the playoffs again too, if you get in the playoff, that's more money that you are getting. And depending on how many teams in certain conferences get up in there, like last year, you might well say that was SEC goddamn playoffs. How many teams they got up in there? You feel what I'm saying? So the conference as a whole getting lots of money. So, I mean, you just go ahead and knuckle down.
Mm-hmm. Charles said this might be something to incentivize new players to come to the school, because this shows how quickly they appreciate their players.
Yeah, they appreciated players and what they brought to the table. They came in, they won. They had 2 winning seasons. Nope, they had one since they've been there. They had a winning season, almost was in the bowl game. They was in the bowl game, almost was in the playoffs and everything. And you got a Heisman Trophy winner out of that. You know what I'm saying? So you brought eyes to the school again. You know what I'm saying? In a damn conference that's like on the fringe.
Mm-hmm. Now Deion did respond to this, and he did say, we're talking about Shedeur. We ain't talking about nobody else. He said if his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
It's been so many things accomplished at this university expeditiously. It's been unbelievable. And I think we should be appreciative. We should be thankful. We have a room full of wonderful people that covers us. And I don't know if you all were in this room 2-3 years ago. Because it don't just benefit me, it benefits what? All of us. So if all of us are happy, all of us should be happy. I'm not going to be critical of you because I didn't get what I want. I don't get down like that. And the root to all of it is personal. Sometimes we got to get out the way, man, and just be thankful for our people, others. Love that neighbor as thyself. That's what the Bible told me. If we loved that neighbor truly, we wouldn't have a problem with nobody else.
So,
he trying to say that y'all just trying to say it's nepotism. That's the reason why he getting retired.
which is true.
Well, I don't think, again, I mean, we could all automatically say it's nepotism because it's his dad, but his playing on the field earned it. Again, he could have told his dad like, "Dad, I'm staying in Jackson State. I ain't coming." Mm-hmm. But he decided to come with his dad to help him build the program to where it's at right now. Mm-hmm. So he made major sacrifices to help the school. Mm-hmm. Now, what if they didn't have the winning season that they have? We ain't talking about this.
Okay, well, Red Phoenix, shout out to you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. See you coming in from Twitch. But Red Phoenix wants to know, would you say it's better for someone who is a great player to go somewhere where they can stand out more, or play for a D1 where it's harder to stand out?
You want to go to where it's harder to stand out because you playing top tier competition. So this is what you got to understand. So Pop Warner, you got a whole big ass pool of players that's out there playing. Then when you get to high school, it starts shrinking. Once you get to college, it starts shrinking. Once you get to the NFL, it's only 2,500 active players. Let that hang out. So that means you want them to battle top end competition, so when they'll know how to react under pressure when they get to the pro level. Now they always down in low tier competition, they're shining and stuff like that. So that means they most likely won't experience any type of ups and downs to where they might have a bad injury that's not allowing them to run fast, or they come up against somebody that's actually just as good as them. They shut them down and they got in his head mentally by talking shit to him. You want to see what your player that your team might draft in the next level, see what type of competition they've been up against.
Mm-hmm.